Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediak podcast. We are episode 27 this week, and I'm sorry for the lack of notice, basically, about the switch in movies and how we went from Captain Marvel and Ant-Man to the Zack Snyder's Justice League. But gonna be honest here, I thought that we should capitalize on the fact that this is popular and not shit.
Yeah, no, I think it was I don't know. It makes sense. I think
Yeah,
everybody really wants to know about it. It's 4 hours. I don't
yeah.
blame anybody for not wanting to sit through all that.
No, I completely understand that. Did you believe that the Snyder Cut was a thing like 3 years ago? Whenever people were talking about it, well, they've been talking about it for the entirety of the 3 years, but
Yeah.
like
No, I
whenever
don't know. I've never heard of that, like, being a thing, like a separate
really
like,
you never heard of that?
yeah, no, I didn't know that was a thing, especially back then. Like, I didn't
Huh?
know that was a thing people did. So I was just like, "What the
They
fuck are you
posted a
talking about?"
billboard in New York, Jack.
For, like, a cut? Like, a
Yeah,
s like
people got together and they were like, we need to get people to release this movie. So they a bunch of like fans got together and purchased a billboard in New York City, and on it it just said, "Release the Snyder Cut."
Really? That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I know. It's crazy. I don't know why everyone was so. I mean, I understand why everyone is flipping out about this, but like they didn't know it was going to be good. For all they knew,
Yeah.
it could have been as bad as like
That
what
would
we
have been
got.
arguably funnier.
That I think that would have been so enjoyable is if we got the movie and it was terrible.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking funny.
And like like we watch it and we're just utterly disappointed.
What other movies have, like, a separate cut?
You would be okay, I'd say I also did research on this because I was trying to look at like because it's not uncommon to find a director's cut of a movie. You see that a lot actually, but
Oh, yeah, I guess.
it is really rare to find a director's cut that is just a completely different movie.
Yeah,
It
right.
yeah,
It's
and you find that with this one, and funnily enough, it happened with Superman 2, the with Chris Reeves.
yeah, right.
Ah, fuck, what was the director's name? I forget, but like something happened and he ended up like stepping down or getting fired from that project. And then a bunch of years later in 2006, they just Richard Donner. His name was Richard Donner. They released the Donner's cut, and the funny thing is that movie was filmed in 1987. So in 2006, whenever they went to go like edit, like he shot everything just like this film, but they needed to do the CG in post.
Mhm.
So whenever they were fixing up the post, they actually purposely made it look bad, so as if it was made in 1987.
That's actually yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, have you
Like that.
seen the Spider? I mean, not Spider-Man, Superman 2 versus the Donner cut Superman 2?
No.
It like this film, it is a pretty drastic difference. It's not as drastic as this film, but like you can
Yeah.
definitely tell that Superman 2 Donner cut is a lot better than the other one.
Yeah,
I
and I
do.
can
Oop,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
a lot of people might have been put off by I don't know, in different ways, you could get put off by the 4-hour mark.
Nope,
That's
I
very
agree. I think the worst part about this movie is the fact that it's 4 hours long,
yeah,
and there were some
it's
things that just like we didn't need to hear that one lady sing a song about Aquaman at the beginning of the movie. You
yeah,
know?
I guess. That and I don't know. It's I feel like when I see a 4-hour long movie that's a different cut than the original, it seems like you're getting a lot more fat. I don't know. Like
Fat.
this is
Oh,
hard
you mean
to
like
put in
filler,
words.
kind of.
Yeah, right, right, right. Like it seems like they didn't put as much effort into it,
I mean, I don't know. I felt
in
like
the back
this.
of my head.
The only thing that I saw whenever watching this film that I was like, ugh, what the fuck, was some of the CG. But that I don't think that's.
That did stop midway-ish
I
through
don't
the
know.
movie.
I thought the most important characters looked good. I thought that Steppenwolf looked really good, and I thought that
Yeah,
Darkseid
yeah.
looked good-ish because like I knew like that was the original design for Steppenwolf, and they completely changed it for the Justice League. That's what I like to call it because Joss Whedon.
Justice League, yeah.
Get it? It's funny. Ha ha ha. So Justice League, they completely changed the design for Steppenwolf because they said he looked too scary. So like it's funny because the the
Dude,
theatrical release that was
what
what
a
do you
bullshit fucking
that he looks
excuse.
scary.
Looks too scary.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
no
okay.
shit, he
Before I
looks
actually start talking about the movie, I do want to actually talk about the
scary.
background behind the film because I feel like that's more important to understanding the goods and the
Yeah,
bads about this movie. So
that is him.
in 2011, I think, because I'm just guessing that's what it is because Man of Steel came out in 2013. I know, a long time ago, right? That's 8 years. That's crazy that we've had Henry Cavill for 8 years. But in 2011, I think is whenever he went to go pitch the Snyderverse DC thing, and
Okay.
whenever he pitched it, he didn't just pitch Man of Steel. He pitched Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel 2, Cyborg, Flash, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman 2, Batman movie, Aquaman, Justice League 2, Justice League 3. He pitched the entire fucking universe. So
Interesting.
and they were
Interesting.
like they were on board with it because they thought that it would have been something crazy. But as they released movies, they saw that people didn't like Batman versus Superman, so they were like, "Yo,
What a wild idea.
let's fire him." Which is funny because, in my opinion, I think that Batman versus Superman is a better movie with the Zack Snyder Justice League. It just the parts that I had problems with, and I'm funny thing is, whenever I talk about Batman vs Superman, I'm specifically talking about the director's cut version of it, which is funny because they added
Yeah, it's
20
kinda funny.
minutes, but that 20 minutes was like context that make things make sense. That Warner Brothers cut out of the movie because they said they didn't want the movie to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. They wanted it to be 2 hours. Warner Brothers
Fucking
sucks, dude. I'm not gonna lie to
that's
you.
so funny.
I
That's
know,
so
right?
funny. They're like, what's this little bit?" And the people are like, "Oh, well, that explains this hour portion." And they're like, "Oh, you can cut that out."
I know
Yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna say a very specific part in Batman vs Superman. I don't know if you're gonna remember it, but that very beginning scene where all of the bad guys are like shooting the innocent people, and then they blame it on Superman. In the director's cut, they don't shoot them. They pull out a flamethrower and burn them, so they say that Superman used his heat vision. So
Oh,
like
yeah, that I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because
exactly,
then fucking Superman wouldn't bring a machine
yeah.
gun.
Why would Superman use a pistol? That's something. Whenever I saw the movie, I just was like, what the fuck? That doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
nobody's gonna believe that.
Exactly. That's why like the entire movie I wasn't sold on the fact that they thought Superman did that shit because I was like Superman would never do that.
That's pretty silly.
Yeah. So the director's cut version of Batman vs Superman is a legitimately good film. The only issues I have is like the Doomsday fight, but I don't think that was Zack Snyder's plan. I think they kind of made him do that because they wanted to have the main heroes get together and fight against one big guy at the end. So it's
Right.
whatever.
As it
I
does.
like Zack Snyder as a director. Apparently Warner Brothers didn't because they saw that the fan review of Batman vs Superman was at around 37%. So they're like, "Well, we're gonna get this guy out of here," even though it probably
Yeah.
was their
Fuck
fault, even
you.
because they fucked with the movie.
Yeah.
So they fired Zack Snyder after he finished filming Justice League, and they brought Joss Whedon in to fuck with his shit. But
Yeah.
the way that Zack Snyder was fired, one is terrible because um, at this point it was 2016, so 5 years down the line after they greenlit all of his movies. Like he had scripts, and I will talk about that more. He had scripts for every single film inside of his universe, and they just were like, "Hey, we're gonna scrap all of that after you only made three movies."
Yeah,
And
that's
so
kind of bull.
obviously he's pissed. And then whenever it was time for him to get fired, his daughter killed himself, which is terrible, and I feel so bad about that. But Warner Brothers didn't. They said, "You
Yeah.
can either
Right.
step down and go to your family, or we're firing you."
What the fuck?
I
That's
know.
so. Mm,
It's
that's so
malicious.
fucked.
It's malicious.
Yeah.
It really honestly is. And I don't this isn't the first time. Like the funny thing is, recently whenever like a shit ton of movies are being released on HBO Max instead of theaters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Dune is on there. Wonder Woman was on there. We watched that. This movie was on there, but I think that was planned. Funny thing is, WB didn't tell any of the filmmakers, like the directors or anyone a part of it, that they weren't doing a hybrid theatrical release / HBO Max release. They just were like, I remember yesterday I was reading a bunch of these, like, not reviews but rips on WB, and a director just was like, I remember going onto Twitter one day and seeing how everyone was so surprised that my film was going to be released on HBO Max, and then I remember also being surprised that my film was being released on HBO Max because they never told me, which is
Uh,
terrible. Like, what the fuck, dude?
yeah, that's.
Oh,
Mm,
it gets worse. I then decided to look up what the most famous director's cuts in history were, and I looked at not only like a top, like multiple top 15s of like what director's cuts like released and how drastically different they were, but I also looked at the most consistent companies that created director's cuts,
mhm.
and you would be so surprised which one it would be.
Do tell us,
I shit
Zachary.
you not. Warner Brothers has the most consistent viewing of having the directors go back and change their movies.
Great. What a surprise.
What a
I could never
surprise.
guessed.
Over this last week and all this information I've got, I put Warner Brothers on the level of Disney of just the
Yeah, I was gonna
worst.
say, just the
They're
worst.
just the worst.
We should make an episode of, I don't know,
Where
just
we just go through and talk about the shit that is Warner Brothers and Disney.
yes, exactly. Just
We
like
could do that when we talk about
the
Mulan.
things. Oh
Oh,
God,
fucking
I forgot
hell,
about
dude.
Mulan.
We actually do got. I mean, I did watch that movie, and it is really not good. But we really do got to do a review of it. I'm thinking for like our 1 year, we should do a
Yeah,
review
yeah,
of Mulan, like the old
100%.
one and the new one.
Yeah, dude, that would be
That
so
would be
brilliant.
so funny,
We should do that. Yeah.
dude. I was watching a video that was comparing the Justice League to Zack Snyder's cut, and
Mhm.
some stuff that they changed for the Justice League version, it just simply doesn't make sense, like in the
Yeah.
slightest. You know the scene where uh, Cyborg's dad is like leaving the facility, and then he has the janitor like clean up, and he goes into the room and he sees
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
parademon. In the
Yep.
Justice League version of it, the guy just doesn't have a reaction to seeing a demon. He just kind of is stone faced. But if you look at the Snyder Cut version, he's scared, and they
Yeah,
willingly
yeah.
changed that.
That's so
I don't get
that's
it. And
like,
then
how you save, like, seconds?
he didn't even save a second. It is the same length. He just used a different take.
That's so dumb.
Oh no, it also gets weirder because there's this really weird line that people hated in the Justice League version, and it was when Superman turned evil and Diana goes, "Kal-El, no," and everyone was like, "That's not going to be in the Zack Snyder verse. That's not going to be in that version." But it is. But the thing is, it's a different take. They used a worse take for the Justice League version.
Oh my god.
I don't get it. I don't. I like. It really seems like I I don't. I'm not in the conspiracies, but it really seems like this was planned. You know, like they really tried to make the shittest Justice League movie ever, just so people can get hyped about a good one.
Oh, maybe.
But
Can you
like,
imagine? But, like,
dude,
why
people lost jobs over this. They
I was
wouldn't
gonna
do
say,
that.
yeah, and then I don't know. That's a real shit, all around.
Situation. That's a
Yeah,
terrible situation all around.
just to do
I
that.
just
And I
don't.
mean, how much more money would they have made? Hmm, I don't know.
I
I
don't
That's
know, dude.
interesting to think about though.
I totally think that with the Sonic movie, like 100%.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Because
that just makes sense,
the
right?
reason, like, the theory got confirmed in my head whenever Tails is at the end of the movie. Because then I thought to myself, wait, if Sonic looked weird, what did Tails look like?
Yeah, right.
And like, there's creatures at the beginning of the movie, and what did they look like? There's no way they only did that trailer for publicity. I'm 100% saying that.
Yeah, like, and what did they lose? Like, some
Exactly.
fucking animators were like, "Oh," and then changed it. Like, they're
They're like,
not
oh,
losing
people were
it.
mad. Pushed it
Yeah.
back to like a very very popular release date. Like it just was being released in the middle of bumfuck October, and then they push it back to Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah, no, sorry,
yeah,
Sonic, you can't trick me.
that does make sense. You can't yeah.
Ugh,
It's a crazy story, though,
this
between
I know, right?
everything that happened with
I
Just
th-
League, yeah.
I thought it was funny
It's
whenever you texted me and you were like, "This is so long," and I said, No, no, you said the CGI is bad in some places, and I said, well, he
Oh
did
yeah,
make it in his basement after getting fired and having his daughter commit suicide, and you
right.
were like, holy shit.
Yeah, that kind of explains all of my concerns.
Yeah,
That is I think that is my I don't wanna say my only complaint because I definitely wrote more, but
yeah,
my one big problem with this whole 4-hour long movie is the beginning
it's slow.
30 minutes to an hour, it is slow and it
Hmm.
off or just is just I don't know. The wire work, the action, the VFX, the CG, everything is just mildly worse.
No, I agree
Like
with that, but then again, keep in mind this didn't have the budget of a theatrical cut.
and so obvious, if they were gonna make cuts, I guess it makes like I'm rather they cut like the budget for the beginning half of the movie because the end was pretty
Y-
kick ass.
I'm
And
not
if
gonna
they would have
lie,
kind of,
the two scenes in this film, there are two scenes that like the second I saw them, immediately put those two scenes as like number one and number two favorite scenes of all time. I'm being dead
yeah,
serious. Um, I hated the Flash in the original in Justice League's version. I found him to be annoying and stupid and
yeah,
just like the worst character. But
yeah.
in this movie, I like here's the thing. I was I was talking to my brother and I was like I was kind of like in denial after the movie ended because I was like I don't like Ezra Miller. I don't like Ezra Miller, but I like this. I don't like Ezra Miller. I don't know what to think. I like this version of him though.
Right.
Because I think it might just be the way that Zack Snyder made his superpowers realistic that literally not a singular other speedster in any film ever has ever been like that. Do you know what I mean? Like whenever he moves, his shoes disintegrate, and whenever he stopped moving, the entirety of the concrete beneath his feet just shattered because of how fast he was moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No one does that. They always just kind of like think that physics works the same way whenever moving really fast, but that's not how it worked. And there was a scene whenever they were fighting the parademons, and Flash just poked one of the demons, and he fucking
Oh,
launched.
yes, yes, I know exactly the
Yeah,
scene you're talking about.
and I love that. It like
Yeah,
I can't believe why the fuck did Joss Whedon get rid of that stuff?
yeah, right.
It's so
My
cool looking.
my only counter to that is when he's running and
He
he
looks like he's
pokes
skating.
Diane's sword
Oh
back to
yeah.
her.
Yeah, that isn't very
That's my
realistic.
only counter, but
That's not
that's, like that was cool,
Yeah,
and
it
that
was
was,
supposed to be like a really cool reference.
right. It
Yeah.
was like a little theatrical, like, cool little bit, and I'm cool with it. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously,
Oh my
it's
god.
not perfect, but
I just remembered something really funny related to that scene. So
what's
you
up?
know how they got Joss Whedon on to make the it more family friendly?
Yeah.
You know, whenever all the doctors are like there because they were around their mother box.
Yeah,
Um, more people died in the Justice League version than in Zack Snyder's cut in that scene.
of course. Yeah, that's kinda funny. Maybe that was like a poke because then remember at the end once they're all out, the one guy goes, "Is everybody out? Everybody?" And I thought that was weird, but when you say that,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. So like, if you, I do not recommend this, but if you ever go rewatch the Justice League version, really pay attention to that scene because as they're looking at the other doctors, all four of our heroes are sitting there like bullshitting to each other, and then you
Yeah.
just see a guy die and no one reacts. And then Victor's dad comes up, and then they were like, "Oh shit, maybe we should fight." What the fuck,
Oh
dude?
my
Like, I
god.
realize that this is a long movie, but it's very like as any single person watching these two films side by side, it's so easy to tell that this is just so much better.
Hmm.
At least in my like, I'm aware. My only gripe with the movie is how long it is. I don't like the fact that it's 4 hours long because not everyone is built like me. Because like I can sit down and enjoy the fuck out of a 4 hour long
Yeah.
movie, and that's what I did. I finished class on Thursday at 12 and just got up from my desk, walked to my other
Turning
desk,
it up.
and turned on the movie and watched it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
But like
That's
not
fair.
everyone can do that.
Right.
So
The thing that I wrote down about that is that I'm I'm kinda like you, yeah, like, I'm with the 4 hour mark, simply because going back to Dune,
Oh my god.
Dune, going back to Dune, the not everybody knows this, but every time I fucking talk about Dune, I bring this up. Uh, the original, like 1996, whenever Dune, I think 86,
Yeah.
Dune was supposed to be given to some crazy guy who
Yeah.
made movies that were to mimic the effects of LSD, as some video put it. And it was supposed to be 12 hours long, Dune, the one movie. And I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, that's kick ass because you can fit all however many Dune
Everything,
books
yeah.
in a 12-hour Dune. But it was supposed to like revolutionize movies, but they never gave it to him because he ran out of money. But
He should have just done a
uh,
TV show with a high budget.
right, at that point. But like that's what I don't know. Personally, I would like to have one movie that's 12 hours long so we can get everything in it rather than having to wait
Yeah,
for
you know
a
what?
trilogy or whatever.
I agree with that. There's something else to having to wait that long. Like, I don't think Endgame would have had its impact if it came out like at the same time as Iron Man. You know, if
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
binge it, then I don't think it would be the same. But for something like this,
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Now that you're saying that, I agree.
because like I'd say some things require the wait, but then some things you can just grind. I think
Mhm.
this. I'm gonna say something, and this is gonna be the boldest thing I've ever said.
You're gonna say something.
Okay, so you know how big of a Marvel fan I
27
am, right?
episodes in a podcast.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Sorry, keep going.
Make no mistake, I will fucking kill you. Sorry, that's.
I'm so sorry for everybody that the fucking whatever just like spiked. I did not mean that.
Oh, you wait. Was that because of my joke or no?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I
I think we have to explain the joke for the people who didn't watch the 4 hour long movie. In the end credit scene, there's a scene with Batman and Joker. Did you know that scene was actually filmed recently, kind of.
in his backyard.
Nope, it wasn't. I looked it up. He said if worse comes to worse, I will film in my backyard, but he didn't actually end up having to do that.
Okay, that sucks. But
Yeah, but he brought all of them back for that scene. And in that scene, Joker's like threatening Batman, and Batman goes, "And when I kill you, and I will fucking kill you." And it's just like really cheesy, and I kind of love it.
yeah, and you can't fucking take that scene seriously because of Jared Leto.
Dude, no, I actually like that Joker. Like the way that he reacted when Batman said that, and he was like, "Oh my god, he is gonna kill me," and then he goes, "Oh wait, no, he's not," and he goes, "You almost got me there, Bats."
Yeah, that was like cool, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I just can't fucking. I
Yeah,
can't get over Jared Leto Joker.
he is the worst. He does of all the Jokers we've ever seen, he's probably the worst one. But I didn't
All I
hate
could
his
think of
performance.
was like if fucking that was Heath Ledger, dude. That scene
Dude,
that would make that movie for me.
should I get into my controversial opinion? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So as much as I like Marvel and shit, I only like Marvel because I have an emotional connection towards it. Since
Yeah,
I was
right.
born, I've always liked DC comics more than Marvel comics. And I think that if Zack Snyder's universe came into a reality, I would 1000% like it more than the MCU.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I fucking. I know you probably didn't like it as much as me, but I fucking loved this movie.
Yeah,
I had
liked
a.
it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I liked it.
I noticed that it was slower in the first hour, but the second they like got together and started doing Justice League shit, I was locked in. Like the first like hour,
Yeah.
I was like listening and playing on my phone for a bit, and then they started fighting, and I put my phone down and just completely stared at the screen for the last 3 hours of the movie. It was so fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean,
It really
I
felt
really
like a comic.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, because
I
like
agree.
I didn't really get that feel in Batman versus Superman because that kind of was different. And I think I should explain that too, because I didn't like that movie. I've had the biggest love-hate relationship with Batman versus Superman. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think I'd say that too. I don't know. I was just so fucking hyped for that
Yeah,
movie.
me too. And then the movie came out, and I fucking loved it. And then I saw it 2 more times in theaters, and I just was like, this isn't as good as I did.
Oh.
But then the main reason I thought about that is because of 2 reasons. I didn't like the way that Zack Snyder portrayed Batman, and I didn't like the way he portrayed Superman, but mainly towards Batman. And I watched a video recently. Like I was at the point last week where my opinion on Batman vs Superman was it's an incredibly made movie. I just don't like the main characters. Like if that was a movie and it wasn't titled Batman versus Superman and it was like a random superhero versus another random superhero, I think I would fucking love that movie because it actually is a really 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 well made movie. But they're not. I said that I am not. I don't get mad whenever things aren't comic book accurate, but there's a difference between not comic book accurate and then just kind of stealing the name and becoming a completely different
Yeah,
thing.
right. And
Because
a total fucking like left turn.
yeah, it's completely different. And in the video I watched last week, they said the funny thing is the title of the video was Batman versus Superman is a masterpiece and you guys are just mean. And he starts off the video with saying, "I am aware of the negativity towards the Batman and the Superman. Batman isn't supposed to kill, but that's the point of the movie. Superman isn't supposed to be doom and gloom and all dark and shit, but that's the point of the movie. And the movie is them getting past like those two things." And I get that. I respect the shit out of Zack Snyder's idea because he not only like made it, but he also capitalized on it and did make a good movie with it. But I can't say I like his Batman just because he's well written. Because he's not comic book accurate. Like I have such a love hate relationship with that because like I love the way he made that character and I like the character development of the character and I like the way it's written, but I don't like that it's Batman.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's an interesting dynamic there.
I agree with that. I don't know. Because like Batman's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. In the comics, he came up with like uh ways to kill the Justice League members in case they ever turned evil. And he had
Yeah,
like
I
black
saw that.
yeah, he had backup plan upon backup plan of like different ways to fucking murk his friends. But in this movie, there's a specific scene where they're bringing Superman back to life, and every single person on his team is like, "This is a bad plan. This is a bad plan." And Superman goes, "No, this is a good plan. Do it." And then it goes bad, and he just has no backup plan to do it, as if he didn't even think this out, which is not something Batman would do. But it's something that Zack Snyder's character would do, because it's something that he was shown to do in previous films. So it's not like it's a rip on the movie because nothing in the previous universe showed that he would do anything other than that. But it's a rip in my brain because that's not what Batman would do.
Right.
I don't fucking know, dude. I've been this is the reason I was excited to do this video, specifically for talking about this thing and Zack Snyder's view on these superheroes, because it fucking has been hurting my brain and no one that I talk to has like the ability to understand what I'm trying to say, probably like you. If you like,
I
I'm
mean,
really bad with words. I was saying that you can relate the most.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know who else would fucking care. You know,
Yeah, I guess. No one else cares.
it
I,
was a
I I was sitting in a class.
sheer passion for
Sheer
film.
sheer passion for film.
And
It's
I
funny
feel
because I am going for film, and no one in my classes wanted to see this movie. And then a singular person said, "Yeah, I watched this Snyder cut." I fucking freaked out. I was like, "No, really, really? What'd you think of it?"
yeah, dude. I don't know. This is such an interesting movie to gauge people off of because
I
it's
agree.
like if I don't know, it's a
It's so
redemption.
long.
You know, it is
It's
so
so
long.
long,
It's a testament to who like actually really likes
but
movies
it's
because
sick. It's
it's
sick.
such a redemption.
The
Exactly.
action.
And it's not a bad movie. It's
Yeah.
absolutely worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
Just at least for the experience, but
But
you
if
know.
it'll be like one of those clicks that you're like, I want to watch this movie, but then you go to HBO Max and you hover over it and you're just like, this is 4 hours. Should I click
Right.
on it?
Yeah, and
And then you end up saying no. But whenever you do, you actually have fun with it, and they did actually make it so that you can watch it in parts because they like have little cutoff points that you can cut back to,
yes. Yeah,
and
yeah, I
I
saw
think
that.
that was very smart for them.
Right.
But
And that's what I'm like that's what I'm thinking with the as far as the like 12-hour movie that, you know, you can sit through instead of waiting for a trilogy. You can
yeah,
just stop at a certain point and put it away and then go to bed and wake up, do your shit, watch
hmm
another half of the movie, you know,
that's
that
what my
kind of
mom did.
right. You can space it out just fine.
Yeah. My mom watched it like a TV show. Like she watched part one and then went to sleep and then woke up and then watched part two and then part three and then went to sleep. But yeah, it was like there's ways around it, but I whether you watch it like a TV show or whether you watch it, oh my god, I don't know what the I just had lunch. Sorry, and then you could watch it like a movie or a TV show. It doesn't matter. I recommend watching this movie 100%. I do want to talk about specifics. So technically speaking, we should get into spoilers because I was thinking about it, and I don't think we really spoiled anything of the movie. So if you guys want to hear,
Not really. The
yeah,
end, I guess we kind of said
did we?
Joker, but
Oh yeah, but that's a dream sequence that was supposed to happen in Justice League 3. So I don't really like that. We're never getting Justice League 2 or 3. And I read the scripts for those, and I want to talk about that. But we'll do that after we talk about specifics in the movie.
okay.
My two favorite scenes in this film, and two of my favorite scenes of all time, the scene where Flash first uses his powers, and the scene where Flash goes back in time. Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah, those were two. Yeah, I
Those were
can see.
sick as hell.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was pretty intense, and it made sense. Like going back in time usually is taboo,
yeah,
tenet, but
but
it's like I don't know. It made sense, and in the end, you were happy it happened, and you
yeah,
weren't like, "Oh, that doesn't make sense. That's bullshit." Like I never thought that.
yeah. My main thing that I was like, what the fuck, was I was trying to think about how they're gonna have two flashes in one space, but they kind of hinted towards the fact that that doesn't happen earlier in the movie whenever he went back in time when he was touching the mother box. Do you remember?
Yep.
Yeah, and they kind of still showed that there wasn't another one, so I kind of was like all for that with whenever he went back in time at the end of the film. Also, would he be dead? No, fuck. Time travel is confusing. Why did my brain just hurt?
It is exactly. That's why I don't like time travel.
Yeah, it was done fine. They actually go more in depth in Justice League 2 related to Flash's time travel. Um, this is actually really sick, and I think you're gonna like this. So Zack Snyder said that to time travel properly as the Flash, you have to you can either do it like slowly like he did in this film, or you could jump back like decades. And it could, but like the catch is the Earth's positioning in the solar system has to be the exact same place it was at whenever you were there
Oh
at
yeah,
that
right.
time.
Otherwise,
You'd be in space.
right.
So in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, I think, or 3, sorry, they're getting jumbled together. They have Batman and the gang just like wait at a specific area for a specific amount of time until they go now, and then Flash teleports back in time into Batman versus Superman, in which he goes up to Bruce and he goes, "It's Lois. Lois is the key." And then he pauses for a second. He goes, "I'm too early," and then he leaves. And I think that's so fucking cool that that he was gonna have it connect like that.
Yeah,
Specifically,
that's
how he had Flash be early. I don't like that was weird. I wasn't expecting that.
hmm. Yeah, I guess.
This was like
I don't know.
the main reason why I believe this had more potential than the MCU is because we always talk about how well put together the MCU is, but those scripts are written separately by different
Yeah, right.
directors.
It would have been on another fucking
I
level if
know.
they were all planned out.
I know, right? Like if you just look at Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, this one. Holy fuck, dude. Can I just
Yeah.
say, hats off to Zack Snyder. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of your work. Like, actually, that's a lie. Because the only movie I've seen by him that I was just like, I'm not into this is 300.
Huh, really?
Yeah, I think that is due for a rewatch though, because it's been a really long time. But
Yeah, I it didn't blow
I
me
loved
away.
Watchmen. I thought that was crazy.
Oh, Watchmen went hard.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. I actually really like Man of Steel. I don't know why. I really do. Whenever I'm bored, I find myself wanting to watch that movie. Maybe it's because it's like Dragon Ball, kind of.
Kinda, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, especially at the end. And
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman, I never go out of my way to watch it, but I usually do have a fun time while I'm watching it. And I have gone out of my way to rewatch this movie. I didn't rewatch it all the way, but I just like sat and watched with my mom every weekend because
Right.
it's
Just see a
fun.
little bit of it.
Yeah, like the action in this movie is fucking really good, and
Yeah, I can see myself rewatching this.
yeah, that end action scene is fucking awesome. Specifically because, so you know how the middle fight was supposed to show them losing because they weren't working together, and then the final fight was supposed to show them winning because they were working together.
Yeah.
In Justice League, they had them losing because they weren't working together, and then they didn't have them fight together at the end.
Yeah, so
they
it was just kinda like unfinished.
Yeah, so like they won, but for not really any. Oh, they won because Superman came in. That's
Yeah,
what happened in
seriously.
Justice League. I forgot about that. But if there's a scene where like Wonder Woman jumps down from the top and then lands on the bridge where Cyborg and Steppenwolf were at, and in this movie when she jumps down, I think Batman and Aquaman are there, or maybe it's Aquaman and Cyborg, but it doesn't matter. But she's with people. But in Justice League, she just lands by herself and goes to fight Steppenwolf by herself, and then she gets knocked away, and then Aquaman comes in and fights against Steppenwolf by himself, and then etc. And it's just like so stupid. And then in Justice League, they put that random ass family in there just so they could have Flash do something else. Because in all of the previously shot scenes, Flash isn't there because he was supposed to be gathering Speed Force, but they didn't have that in Justice League. So
Hmm.
that movie was destined to fail,
Yeah, it was.
basically.
Yeah, it's especially, I don't know, in uh, for like people uninitiated or whatever. It's, you can watch this movie and then go back and watch the other one and be like, I get why I didn't like it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Because like
it
I,
all connects.
whenever I saw the movie, not that I was not into films, because I was really always in the films, but I didn't look deep for deeper meanings. But whenever I saw Justice League, I remember thinking to myself, I didn't have fun during that movie, but I just
Yeah,
simply cannot think why. And I
yeah.
think it's
And there's tons of
because
movies like that.
it has like going from the feel of Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman, and then going in the Justice League, the feel of those movies is a complete 180, and it just is so jarring because you go in expecting not to have dark and gritty, even though this is. I mean, I didn't feel like this movie was R rated. I know we saw people get cut in half, but it wasn't like a Watchmen thing where you see someone snap their arm and the blood goes everywhere. Like they
Right.
didn't.
And you don't even like see all the gore. Because remember when fucking one of my favorite parts of the movie when they beat Steppenwolf and they like
Yeah,
throw him in the portal. She cuts his head off and then,
there's
which
not
is
like a ton
fucking
of blood.
badass,
Yeah,
by
it
the
was
way.
so cool.
They don't show it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, there's
Like
still pulling some punches.
they didn't abuse the rated R, which
Yeah, right.
felt good. It didn't feel like. I know it's weird, but in some rated R movies, they're just like blood gore. Haha, we're doing this because it's R rated. But in
Yeah.
this film, it really just felt like they were making a movie, and it just so happened to be R. You know.
Yeah, right.
And I kind
Like
of felt that
they
same way
made
with
the movie
Logan too.
afterwards.
Sorry, what was that thing you said?
I was just saying it was like they made the movie and worried about the rating afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's how movies should be made. They shouldn't be made like, all right, so
Exactly.
you're gonna make a party movie that's rated R. It should be like you're making a party movie, have fun with it, and then we'll give it a rating afterwards.
Exactly. That always makes better movies.
I
And of
agree
course,
because you
this
can
movie
then
was going
just
to be
do
like that
whatever art you
because,
want.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Of course, this movie was going to be like that because what did fucking what's his face have to lose? He was just
Nothing.
making his movie.
I honestly thought this wasn't gonna be good. So I'm gonna say some things. I straight up sometimes didn't believe that because I was aware of the Zack Snyder cut since I like Googled it after watching Justice League, and I just was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And then it was like, "This is the fuck you just watched," and it was like not what you should have been watching. So for the 4 years that I knew about it, I didn't think it existed basically at all throughout. Because like I thought it was weird. I mean, if it did exist, I thought it was either going to be basically the same thing and kind of shit. And whenever they announced it, I kind of was excited. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. He gets to show off like what his actual art was." But I also thought to myself, "Is it really that much different from Justice League?"
Yeah,
Eh,
right. Like how different could it be?
exactly. And
That's what I
then,
thought too.
yeah, me too. I went into this like with that exact idea. I knew it was going to be 4 hours long, but I didn't. I didn't think this much, because I knew his plans for like his Snyderverse, but I thought that was gonna come in like Justice League 2 or 3. I didn't even think we were gonna see a dark side in this film, and then holy fuck, he's here. He's fighting against Doctor Lupin from Harry Potter. I hate that they made him Ares. By the way, he just looks so goofy.
He
He's like
is
this
kind
big
of
ripped god, but he also has that little mustache.
Little mustache.
Yeah. I love it. It's funny. I also like how that guy is the one who puts Darkseid on his ass. He nearly kills the motherfucker, and he's a professor from Harry Potter. Good for him. But back to what I was saying related to the Snyder Cut thing. Like, I couldn't have been more happy that I was wrong. One, that it was different. Wrong two, that it was actually real, and wrong three, that it was good. Because I think I said this last week on the podcast before the movie came out, and I said I think it's either going to be good or not bad. I don't think it's going to be great. And
Right.
I think I'm wrong because I had a fun time with this film. It made me really happy, and I would not be opposed to seeing a sequel. You know,
Yeah, no, I probably want one. I don't know.
I kind
I,
of want one. I don't know if I should talk about the scripts, like script for Justice League 2 or 3, because what if they do make another one, but the likelihood's low. So
right. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say the general plot line of them combined. So Darkseid comes to Earth, and his goal is to kill Lois Lane. So Batman and Superman are off doing something. I think they were fighting Apocalypse, while fighting on Apocalypse. While Wonder Woman, her goal was to protect Lois Lane, and then Darkseid came in and just capped Wonder Woman, and then capped Lois Lane. So we kind of saw a hint towards that in Cyborg's vision of the future, because you see Wonder Woman dead on a pyre. So that's a little hint towards that scene in Justice League 2.
Interesting.
And then Darkseid uses the anti-life equation to corrupt Superman's mind and turn him evil, which then causes Batman to gather his team of misfits so they can go and find the right location and time to send Barry Allen back into the past so that everything can be free. And they did it multiple times, which caused multiple different shit to happen, which is why Jared Leto's Joker said, "How many different timelines are you going to fuck up, bats?" He didn't say fuck up. I don't remember what he said, though. You know what I'm talking about? So,
I
like,
think so.
Justice League 2 was going to end in, like, an Infinity War kind of way where we watch our characters die and Superman turns evil. And then Justice League 3 was going to be like a Injustice storyline, if you've ever read those comics or games.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I would want to
Yeah.
see that. I want to see that. I think that would be sick. I do think at one point Batman has sex with Lois Lane, and I don't really want to see that. But
That would be interesting.
yeah. Oh, also, there's a scene where the Riddler shoots himself in the head in front of Batman.
Interesting. Okay.
This isn't your mom's superhero movie.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's
Dark and
weird.
gritty. In a world where Batman kills.
Fuck your world.
Fuck you.
It's also
And no mistake, I fucking will.
There's a lot of quotes in this movie.
I agree with that. There's just like this movie's got fucking sick. I kind of want to watch this movie again.
Aquaman goes, "Let's go," or no, he doesn't say that. He says, "My man."
My man. And then he jumps off of it and surfs that parademon into the ground.
Yeah.
It's sweet though. I mean, it's kind of goofy, but it is sweet.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. I'd say it's pretty sweet.
Cyborg gets character development and actually a story and a reason to be in the Justice League.
Right.
And then, oh my god, I forgot to mention this. They made, you know how like Aquaman kind of has empathy for Cyborg, where like Flash is saying a joke, and then Aquaman goes, "The man just lost his dad, and he's half machine." I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
But like in the Justice League version, he's just a dick to Cyborg the entire movie for literally no reason. Like I think after their big fight, he just comes up to him and goes, "You're part of the villains, idiot, fucker," and then just kind of just stops talking to him.
Christ.
I don't
So
get it.
weird.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm leaning away for a second. So rating out of 10, what would you give this film?
I don't know, probably in the 7 or 8s.
I feel that. I want to put it at 9, but the 4-hour mark is really making me want to pull that down.
It hits.
Yeah, it really does. Cause like, I find myself wanting to watch the last that little history period in like the 40-second mark, 40-minute mark, where like Darkseid comes to Earth. I want to skip to that and then skip to the final fight.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'd say it's worth a watch if anyone's willing to do that.
Yeah. Right. If you have time,
Yeah, if you
you
have,
know.
if you actually have time, and who has time nowadays? Because sure as hell not me.
Amen.
All right, want to get in the actually? You want to do a little ad break for the Spotify lads, and then we can get into
Oh
movie
yeah.
news.
We're doing a little break. For the time being, it'll probably nobody will probably notice, but I mean, yeah. Once we get ads, it'll start playing.
Wunderbar.
Right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Why are you saying goodbye? The people on YouTube set can still hear you. I didn't break that part.
Oh well. Okay. There's that.
There is that.
Export.
I just deleted something. What did I delete? I think I deleted stat notes because I screenshot a lot of my. Oh no, it was a funny meme. I deleted a funny meme.
Okay, that's good.
No, it's not. Why is it good to delete a funny meme?
Well, I mean, at least it's not something else.
That is
Something
true.
you didn't want to delete. At least a funny meme is like,
Funny.
worth it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use this time
Funny.
to pull up Screen Rant to get some movie news going.
Well, intern bit for our YouTube viewers.
Intern bit?
Something you won't get with Spotify.
That is true. You could just hear us chill and talk and stuff.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a reason. There's a
Our
reason.
little chill sesh.
Doing this.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this.
Seems why?
Inconvenient.
Is it difficult?
No, it's not. It shouldn't be hard. It's just gonna be different.
I don't know. You know how people made fun
of? I have to
of
get this first version and then export it and then record.
That's not fun. You know how people had like a huge problem with Superman's mustache in the Justice League version because his face looked really weird.
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Whenever they pulled Henry Cavill back in the reshoot, it was during the time he was working on Mission Impossible Fallout. So he had his mustache, and he was contractually obligated to keep his mustache. So in the Superman scenes that they reshot for the Justice League version, they had to like edit his mustache out, and it looks like really bad at some.
That's so funny.
How did you not know
that's why
this?
his upper lip is weird.
Yeah, he just looks weird throughout the majority of that film. Specifically, everyone always notices it in that beginning sequence where this, for some reason, Joss Whedon decided to record vertical instead of sideways. Everyone always says that looks the worst, but I don't like his mouth looks so weird in that scene where he's holding up Batman and he goes, "Do you bleed?" And his lips are just like not moving properly, and I'm just kind of like, what the fuck?
Great.
But like they give Flash weird facial CGI hair at the end of this movie, and it looks super weird, and no one's talking about that. Like, granted, I'm aware that they had different budgets, but like it still looks bad. If you're gonna make fun of something, at least be consistent with it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, and we're back.
We're back
with our Spotify version. If you want to hear a little intern snippet, we talked for about a minute. Just head over to the YouTube side of things. Check it out.
Who do you want to win on the 31st when we see Godzilla versus Kong?
Godzilla.
Fuck yeah, thank you. I'm very happy you said that because a lot of people are like, oh, funny monkey, but like Godzilla's sick.
Yeah, Godzilla's just pretty sweet.
Hey, he's a big fucking lizard, dude. What's sicker than that? He's a big fucking lizard, dude.
Nice. I like that little impression.
The Oscars doesn't have a host again for 3 years straight, apparently. Fun stuff.
Why?
I don't even know, dude. So much shit's being weird.
Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been doing some fun stuff on his Instagram, promoting some thing he has with Zoa, is the company maybe, and Xbox, I think. And also he like did a little tease with some Johnny Cash lyrics about the Black Adam movie. Warner Brothers has come out and they said that the DCEU is going to be more connected from now on.
Oh, yay.
I just want to say something real quick, okay? Whenever they released the Justice League and everyone said it was shit, Warner Brothers CEO came out and said, technically we never said any of these movies are connected.
Yeah.
And they said, you guys actually made up the DCU title, and that's not us. So it's actually your fault for thinking that this is a bad sequel.
So funny. That's so funny.
What the fuck is wrong with them? I mean, my current theory is that the Flash movie is going to be a Flashpoint film, and that's going to just reset everything, and they're going to start the DCEU again from that Flashpoint movie, which is, I feel like that's likely. Warner Brothers has confirmed that they're not doing a David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, which honestly makes me really happy.
We don't need another one.
I agree, because I was thinking like this is it's different from Suicide Squad to Justice League, because there wasn't like a director change for Suicide Squad. It was just that the producers, Warner Brothers, were like, let's change it up a bit so it's more fun. And David Ayer went out like last year or something and was like, there is an Ayer cut, and it's fucking awesome. And he used those words exactly. I'm being serious. And I just don't see how it could be much different. I was really hoping that this success of the Snyder cut didn't cause like every big film to be like, hey, we have a director's cut too.
Yeah, right. That seems like the most sense because it's like it's going fucking crazy right now.
Yeah, I know. But if they ever did like go down that path of director's cuts things, there's one movie that I think I really want to see it for. Can you possibly guess what it is?
No.
Okay, sorry. I was really hoping, because I don't know how into like film news you've been previously. What the fuck, Jack? I just got like a spam of
Oh yeah,
memes from
I
you.
just got I just got a fucking little thing on Instagram of all Justice League memes.
Ready the hashtags? We will use the old ones. That's facts. You're gonna be seeing release Justice League 2 across billboards in New York City in the next year. And I just want you to
Yeah,
know
right.
that that meme of like the Zack Snyder cut standing over the grave of the Justice League. That's Grant Gustin, who plays the Flash in the CW TV show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I like him in that, which is probably one of the reasons why I hated the old Flash, because I liked Grant Gustin so much. The new Flash show season is kind of shit, but it's whatever. What were we talking? Oh yeah, the movie that I want the director's cut for is actually Fantastic Four, the most recent one.
Oh yeah.
Do you know the shit that happened with that one?
Yeah, I think we talked about it before.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it real quick for the people who didn't listen on the previous cast. If we did talk about it, I have a really shit memory, so I don't even know if I did or not. The day before the movie released, there was no red carpet like there usually is. What's his name? Not David Ayer. David Ayer did fucking shit. Why am I blanking on his name? The director canceled the red carpet and then went to Twitter one day before the movie and said, "Don't see this film. It is not good. It is not what I envisioned. Do not watch this movie." And
that would be a pretty worthwhile director's cut then.
I agree, because they did actually reshoot a lot of the movie. Because because there's that not scandal. There's that really weird meme, I guess, of the girl who plays Sue Storm. She has different hairstyles throughout the movie. Because at one point, whenever they called them back to reshoot, her hair like drastically changed, so they had to put a wig on her. So like sometimes she's just like straight blonde, and then sometimes she's like dirty blonde. It's really funny. If you go, I actually no, I was gonna say I recommend watching that movie just to point it out. I don't recommend watching that movie to anyone, because that's like legitimately awful. It is a really bad movie. Have you seen it?
No.
It's
I figured it was gonna be bad, and then everybody said it's bad. So okay.
This bad. I hate the logo for it, and that was always what it was supposed to be. It was like Fantastic Four, but instead of like spelled out four, it was the number four. But instead of it being at the end, it was in the middle of Fantastic and replacing one of the A's, so it looked like Fant Four Stick. And
That's so weird.
I know, I don't understand. Like, whatever graphic designer made that, what the fuck, dude? Get a new degree.
What the fuck, dude?
That's what I'm saying. Fucking what the hell? Ugh, whatever though. Didn't I
Whatever.
have a point to what I was saying there? I don't remember. I get off
I think
topic way
you got,
too much.
I think you got to it.
I think I got to it.
No, we just said
Yeah, it's fine. Who cares? Spider-Man 3, new set photos. I'd prefer not to look into that more because I don't want to be spoiled.
say spoilers are dangerous.
Yes, sir. That is what I'm doing. They they do not. Warner Brothers has come out and said that they do not plan to continue Zack Snyder's Snyderverse at all. So
Doesn't surprise me, but
it surprises me because, like, wouldn't they want money?
hey, man, I don't know.
'Cause
Everybody's got their reasons. I'm sure there's some reason why they're not. Maybe they're expensive or gonna just, in the end, make their movie and then get a different cut and double the film's profits. Who knows?
I don't know, dude. What the fuck? So Zack Snyder, okay. This is a Zack Snyder filled episode. I did not intend for news to have so much Snyder stuff in it, but he wants to make a prequel show on HBO Max for Ben Affleck's Batman. But he also said that he doesn't know if he should ask Ben Affleck to reprise his role because he doesn't know if Ben Affleck would want to, which I think is valid.
Yeah, I think that is fair.
Yeah, for both of them, if he just is like, I'm gonna just not ask out of kindness, and
Yeah,
and
right.
if he does
I guess
ask,
that's
yeah,
probably the best way to go.
I agree with that because there's no reason. It's not like it's a dead horse. Like, this horse is currently galloping, but you don't want to, like, push the horse a little too hard and have it trip and fall. So
Right.
I feel like that actually made sense. Why did that actually make
It
sense?
did make sense. It was just a funny little, I don't know.
It shouldn't have made sense. This is like, I came up with that, like, the top of my head. Remember in high school whenever I came up with the analogy for turning on music after getting into your car, and I said it was fixing your hat once you jumped onto the horse?
No, I
You don't remember that? Because
There
people
is-
judged me for that. They were like, what the fuck does that mean? And I'm like, if you don't fix your hat, then you don't turn on music when you drive your car. Like, I would get into someone's car, and if they just, like, hopped in the car, turned on the car, and started driving, I would go, whoa, you didn't fix your hat after jumping on your horse.
It sounds a little weird.
It does sound weird, but it's a good explanation, right? Because, like, who doesn't turn on the music after they jump in the car? Like,
And who doesn't fix their hat once they jump out?
exactly. If you see every cowboy movie, they jump on the horse and then fix their little hat. I did a little motion, but no one saw it.
I was gonna say, I can tell you're moving.
Was it because I got further from the mic that you
Oh,
just heard me get quieter?
I just figured in my
Yeah,
head.
because, like, why wouldn't you be fixing your hat at a time like this?
Anyway,
Who gives a hell? Want to go into what we watching this week?
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch much this week.
I didn't really watch anything. I played and finished Dishonored.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Final Fantasy because I recommended it last week, and I would have been so fucking surprised if you finished that because I'm currently 27 hours into the game and I don't think I'm halfway.
Yeah, right.
And that's just in part 1 of the game. That's on the PS4.
Shadow of War. Throwback to last episode.
Oh yeah, you played that a bit?
No.
Oh no, okay, we were just shitting on it again.
Yeah, just shitting on it.
Yeah, okay, bad shit.
Dishonored is alright though.
Really?
My only complaint is that I didn't think I killed a lot of people, but when you're playing Dishonored, it counts how many people you killed and how many bodies were found and changes the outcome depending on what you did. And I kept trying to not kill everybody, and I would knock everybody out. But okay, it's much more expensive and difficult to not kill people. But I tried, and my chaos meter would never go down. It was always high, and I tried my damnedest, but it didn't work. And then at the end, fucking everybody hated me, and I got the bad ending. And I was like, I did my best.
I tried so hard.
And people hated me. And I was like,
so
I'm
funny.
sorry. The guard fucking turned around, and I'm not gonna fucking knock him out from the front. So I stabbed him in the throat. But what else am I to do?
No, I get that. I
Whatever.
this is terrible. I'm so sorry, but I just remembered one last little bit, something news related to the Snyder Cut.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Everyone was really excited that was a part of the Snyder Cut, that it was being released because they were happy to see that their perfected art, I guess, because everything related to film is art, was actually finally released, and like the majority of the cast sent out a little message on social media and thanked Zack Snyder and everyone for the support and stuff, and it was really cute, and that's basically all I wanted to say. I wanted to say good job to you guys, nice, we love y'all.
Yeah.
Fans some okay. I do want to say something real quick. This is proof that like fan service isn't a bad thing. You know,
Yeah, seriously.
I don't understand. Like, I don't get why companies go out of their way to not only not put fan service in, but make fun of fans who like it.
Dude,
Because
that's
like,
so silly.
isn't fan service the thing that we want to see?
I don't get it.
I don't get it
know
either.
why you wouldn't want that, but whatever.
Fuck companies, dude. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. I've as the specific one that I'm thinking of right now is the WandaVision Ralph Boner joke. Like, it's fine if he wasn't Quicksilver, but like, you really don't have to make fun of us for wanting something that would have been cool.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck that. Companies are stupid.
that.
Make me angry. If I ever get the chance to make a superhero movie, I'm gonna make that the fucking wildest, craziest, fun fucking comic book film you ever see.
Do it.
I fucking will, and you're gonna love it. You specifically are gonna love it, Jack.
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it, Jack. All right, didn't need to do that. So, I think I finished Doom Patrol this week, and I really liked it. At least season 1, unless I finished it last week, because time's really weird. It is, isn't it? Like, time goes by so fast. I can't remember whenever I finished Doom Patrol season 1, or like anything actually. I think the majority of my time this last week has been spent playing Final Fantasy. Because
Yeah,
I clocked in like 12 hours this last week. It's a good game. Don't judge me. It's really fun.
Hey man, I put about the same in Dishonored, just trying to beat it.
That's fine. I currently think it's my favorite game of all time. Deadass.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Play it,
Well,
little pussy.
What are you calling me?
I called you a pussy because I told you to play the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, depending on how much it is, maybe.
It was free for me, but that's because I have PlayStation. Whatever. Get a bit of console.
I wish. I honestly wish I had a PS4.
I remember you telling me that, and the reason why you didn't get one was because your brother had one and you didn't want to be the same as him.
No, it was because I couldn't get the same one. Because every
What?
time I would be like, I want a PS4, my mom would be like, well, we already have one. But
Oh.
everybody fucking knows that you're not going to play your brother's console.
Yeah, exactly. That's why me and Austin got two different.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to use.
Yeah, Mom, get it right.
Jeez,
Mom. You don't understand me and what I want.
No, PS4 is arguably so much better. It's just
you're gonna anger the entire universe by saying that.
The fucking like lights turn out in my room,
and then you just hear chanting and screaming, and then you're just like, "Oh fuck,
I gotta go,
I gotta go."
Anyway,
We'd love to see that.
That's all I had.
Really? I watched the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it was okay. I wasn't.
That's not what I expected.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away. I wasn't like disappointed. I was like, this is about what I expected from the show.
That's good.
And is it though?
That's all you can ask for.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to be happy with what I see.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm starting to get annoyed with how every single episode begins with the Marvel logo.
Oh,
I'm just weird. Like, I thought about it this week. I thought to myself, holy fuck, I feel so bad for anyone who decides to binge this. Especially for WandaVision, because the episodes are shorter.
Yeah.
So you get
I get that.
You get a Marvel logo, 20 minutes Marvel logo, 20 minutes Marvel logo.
Yeah, right.
Wow, that would suck.
That would suck.
I watched Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then yesterday decided to push those back a week. Did you also watch those too? I feel really bad if you did.
No, actually, I didn't.
Oh, thank God. I would have felt so bad if I made you watch those movies and then been like, hey, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, no.
Yeah, thank God I took that hit instead of you. I don't think you would have been able to handle it. I can handle it.
Yeah, I would have broken down.
Yeah, you would
died.
have you would have collapsed. Marvel movies hurt me. Not a fan. Death.
Death. All
Death.
right.
Death
I
in
got
the
a meeting
family.
coming up.
Oh
I got
God, we've been doing this for a while. Holy shit. Okay. We can dip out of here. All right. Everyone, goodbye. See you next week. Thank you for all the views on the YouTube side of things. Everyone over there is beautiful.
Special.
Spotify, you're cool too, I guess.
Could be cooler.
Could be cooler. If you're on YouTube side, you'd be pretty cool, just saying. But if you're on both, oh my God, you're the coolest. Like you're
coolest.
arguably as cool as me and Jack if you subscribe to both.
I mean, you're pretty up there.
You're pretty up there. You're pretty darn cool. I don't know, like maybe Jack's level, but not me.
Anyway.
Whatever, everyone. See you. Goodbye next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.